Hey everyone, thanks for tuning into today's video. We're going to look at weather the next 8-10 days in today's video. There's signs that next week we could see a bit of a change coming through as high pressure begins to break down a little bit. We might start to see low pressure coming in off the Atlantic, turning it a little bit cooler and more unsettled. Have a look at all the details in a moment. Just want to say about the advertising, we're putting ads to my pages at GazWebBiz.com. You can play on the video ad to be supporting GazWebBiz.com. Thanks very much for doing that. So just starting off with the weather for Friday, there could be some thundery showers breaking out on Friday afternoon in the heat of the day, particularly centred around western and southwestern parts of the country. That's the latest precipitation forecast from the GFS model. We see there's a risk of convection in with that as well. We've got those yellow colours there, so we could see some lightning and thunder in with those showers. I think they'll be pretty well scattered, but if you catch one, you'll know about it. Let's have a look at the GFS temperature and precipitation on Sol. Starting off with the temperature first of all. Here's the 30-year average, this red line. We're going to be above that. Well above that through the next few days. Really warm spell coming up. Could be seeing temperatures up to 25, 26, maybe 27 degrees at the end of the week. That's what could set off the thundery showers on Friday. The overall trend, though, as we go through into weekend and next week, is to see those temperature on cycles gradually cooling off. We're gradually going back towards the 30-year average by the time we get through to the end of next week. This is the 25th of September just here. Although there is a lot of scattering there. Some members are quite warm, some members are still are going quite cool. But overall, the idea is that it's certainly cooling off through the course of next week. But there's rainfall spikes coming through as well, so it could be turning a bit more unsettled. This is the CFS temperature city forecast graph for Birmingham. This is from the website weatherweb.net, just to show that that is seeing a change in temperatures coming up over the next few days. We're going to be lifting the temperatures up to quite warm values at the end of the week. Then we drop them down a little bit at the start of next week, a gradual decline. Then get through to the second half next week and get a real drop down taking place in the temperatures. It turns really quite cool perhaps through the latter stages of next week and on into the final weekend of December. And there's no real suggestion there that once that temperature dropped as a cut, we get back to where we was through much of September. Also possibly some frost developing there through the second half of October. But it certainly is seeing that drop in temperature through the course of next week. Gradual at first, and then quite a big drop taking place later on next week. Temperature anomaly for the next week shows that going to be above average from the 16th to the 24th of September, thermally above average there. Rainfall anomaly comes out at much drier than average from most parts of the country. The generic charts for GFS shows high pressures in nicely at the start of next week, but as we run through next week, that high pressure comes under more pressure from the Atlantic. So by the middle of next week, it's starting to push off towards the east of Europe. Low pressure is beginning to gather out in the Atlantic. The winds are starting to revert westerly as well. As we go through to day 10, Friday the 26th of September, we're in a firm westerly flow there. We've still got fairly high pressure to the south and the southeast, so quite how much that high pressure is giving way, must be some doubt about it. But we're definitely in a westerly flow, bringing cooler air in. There's quite an active cold front coming through with that as well. Maybe bring some quite heavy rain across many parts of the country. But certainly the idea is that next week, we're gradually breaking down the high pressure and turning it more unsettled. The East MWS starts off with high pressure in over the country at the start of next week. Very gradually, that high pressure is declining, allowing these areas of low pressure to come through off the Atlantic. By day 10, Friday the 26th of September, we're firmly seeing the Atlantic setting in here, bringing weather systems across the country. Could be some outbreaks of rain and certainly turning a lot cooler and pressure as well. So the general direction of traffic from this morning's update is that we're going to see a change next week, gradually breaking down the high pressure, turning it more unsettled, establishing or re-establishing the westerlies, and bringing weather systems eventually through with outbreaks of rain or showers at times. Now, there's a couple of caveats to this. The first one, of course, is that it's all in the 7 to 10 day time frame, so it's a long way off, it's the unreliable time frame of the models. The second caveat is that very often when you've had a long established period of high pressure, when the models see the break, they can be too quick in breaking it down to progressive. So whilst this may be where things are going as we go through to the end of September and the start of October, it could be that it's all happening too quickly and that the high pressure will take longer to sort of be pushed down towards Black Sea. But on the face of it, signs of a change next week. If you've had enough of the high pressure that's gone on through most of September, it could just about be on its way out later on next week. We'll have to keep an eye on it and see how it develops. It's a 5-day forecast tomorrow. Come back for that. That's all for now. Thanks for watching.